Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the support of Oracle cards, I'm going to use the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Already shuffled. Relationship first, single second. Let's see what we got. Six of Pentacles at the bottom, which is usually a give-take situation. Give-take situation. Let's keep that in mind as we go forward. And I already shuffled these. All right. So I want to start off with this, with the relationship in general. You're flat out in love. You got the Lover's card, like I feel like googly-eyed love, like love. Like you're head over heels in love. If this is hitting, that's where this is starting. Like really, like you just, when this person walks in the room, that just makes your day. That makes your day great. Just the fact that they're there, that they're around you, that makes you very, very happy. The Six of Wands is on the other side. Your partner also feels very connected, very like they love being with you. They feel like this is a great relationship. They're feeling that intensity too. That intensity is there too for them. Now, that's what we're starting with. What are we going through is the question. The question here is the stability of the relationship based on what you're experiencing and how you're feeling. Because even though you're flat out in love with this person, and I feel like that's a big kicker, you do have the Five of Pentacles. You want to be around. That was a weird sound. Sorry. Shouldn't have. I should close these windows. I'm sure it was an animal, but that just like threw me off. Okay, let me get back into it here. Weird things sometimes happen when I read, especially when I read by myself, because I'm in this house by myself right now. That really threw me off. The Five of Pentacles is telling me that there's something here that you're not getting as much of attention from your partner as you'd like to. Something seems to be taking them away from you a little bit. But I feel like it's not like work or anything like that. It's something that they're doing that you can't be a part of, and I almost feel like maybe it's something they're doing that you're not a part of. But it's not work related. It's not like that. It's something else. Something more recreational is what I'm getting. And I'm getting like you'd like to spend more time with them, but this other stuff is taking up their time. There's something they have to do. Now, your partner is very patient with the whole situation. They know you'd like more attention from them, but there's other obligations, things they've already committed to, things they like doing. They definitely love you, but there's other things they'd also like to do, and just for some reason this is not something for you to be connected with. And I feel like they're aware that you're not over the moon about it, but it seems like it's okay. I'm also seeing the healing card come up next to your card, but I'm also wondering if that's, like, are you healing or are they healing? Because it's good for them. I feel like it's good for your partner. And I feel like it's weighing on you that you know this is good for them. And that's why you're not pushing anything about it, or you're not like pushing the issue, because you know this is something that's good for them and that needs to happen. Is that right? Okay. Now, I'm so creeped out right now. I can't even explain it. And that will be that. It's just bothering me. I just feel like somebody's right behind me. It's really creeping me out. There. And that will be that. The challenge card for you is the King of Wands. Because I feel like you, are very strong, and when you want something, it's not hard for you to move forward and make that happen. But the reason this is the challenge card is because of how this is affecting your partner, how this is good for your partner, you're not pressing the issue, you're not causing any issues about it. You're realizing this is something they need to do. So for that reason, you're okay with it. The reason this is the challenge card, because I feel like your natural instincts are to move forward and get what you want. It's just the natural flow of the Leo energy is what I'm getting. It's stereotypical, I know. So it may be different how you experience it, but that's the natural thing to go forward and do. When you want something, go forward and get it. That's just that natural flow. But you're holding it back. It's your challenge card because you're like, no, I can't do that. That's not right here. What's helping you, I'm noticing, is the judgment card. And I feel like it's judgment in your favor and your partner's favor. Because it's kind of like you're like, this is the right thing to do. The judgment is like, you're viewing like this is the right thing to do. This is how this should be handled. I don't want to cause this to be a problem. This is good for my partner. Yes, I would love to be around them more. I just love to see them all the time. But I know that they need to do this. I know this is good for them. This is healthy for them. This is something that needs to happen. And that's why judgment is in your favor, because that's how you're viewing it. And I believe you're right. Now, these are not easy cards to handle. Like, even though you know that that's the right way to handle it, there's still that strong instinct to do that. And internally you're going through, like, it's a little hard for you to not just move forward, because I feel like you're disappointed every now and then. You're kind of let down because you know they're going to go do that, and you'd rather them hang out with you. So I feel like there's a lot of inner conflict here. You're fighting yourself. You're stopping yourself from moving forward and trying to get more of what you want because you know this is the right thing to do. And I'm getting like this is really good for your partner. I'm getting like they seem to be aware of it. And there's a lot of stability here. They very much trust you. They know that you see the truth of the situation. They know that you want them around more, but you're also on the same page where you realize this is something they need to do. So there's a lot of trust, a lot of respect here from your partner because they're aware that you would like to see them more, but they're also aware of your restraint or trying to restrain yourself. I feel like maybe you might give verbal or visual cues that you're not over the moon about what they're about to do because they're not doing it with you. You're not trying to do that. It's just your natural energy. I feel like they know you well enough to know when you're not completely over the moon about something. Now, their challenge card I'm noticing is the Four of Swords. It does weigh on your partner that this situation is not optimal for you. It does weigh on them. But I feel like what's happening here is like divine guidance is telling them to keep it the way it is, to stick with it the way it is. It is good for them to keep doing this. Whatever this is, the way it's going is the best way for it to go right now. But the reason the Four of Swords is in the challenge position for them is because they keep thinking about it. And they start to try to think of ways to make this better for you. And that's the divine guidance is kicking in here saying, no, for this situation, it's the way it's supposed to be. Even though your partner, the Leo, doesn't really like it, they do understand it. And I feel like that keeps coming in for them. They know that you don't like it, but they also know that you understand that this is a good thing to happen. So the divine guidance keeps kicking in here for them to like not change the situation because the way it's set up now is the best way for it to go. But it does weigh on them because they don't want you unhappy, and they start to try to think of like, is there a different way for me to work this out to make it better for my partner? But I'm getting like divine guidance is kicking in here saying, no, keep it the way it is. This is the way this should be right now. This is fine the way it is right now. And I feel like what helps them is to realize that balance. The Hierophant is somebody who takes the good with the bad, is like, everything can't be great. There has to be a bit of pain with the pleasure here. So they realize, the good thing here is like they realize this is not optimal, this is not something you like, they don't like that you're not happy with it, but they also realize on the other hand that this has a good result, this is good for their life, this is going well, this has a positive effect, a positive direction it's going in. And I'm getting that they're sticking with it the way it is, because you're not pressuring them. I do feel, though, that at some point, you do come forward and you let them know the truth about how you feel about it, but I feel like you're telling them the good and the bad. that you would like more of their attention, that you really hate it when they're not around and they're doing that, but you're also saying at the same time in the same conversation, you very much feel they need to keep doing this. And even though it's not optimal for them, you very much demand, I almost feel like you demand, I don't know why it's coming across that way, but that's the word just falling out of my mouth. You demand that they keep going the way they are because it's healthy for them, it's good for them, it keeps balance in the whole situation, and you want them to continue to do it. So you're coming forward, and I feel like I don't feel like you're even planning to be honest with you. You're not planning to come forward with how you feel. I just feel out of a moment of frustration. I feel like some moment happens and you realize that they're going to go off and do that again, and you're not a part of it. And I feel like the frustration comes right through about how you feel about that. You're not trying to, it just comes out. And I feel like you're explaining honestly like how you are disappointed, yet how you are proud of them for continuing on the way they are, and they need to keep going the way they are. And you're acknowledging, yeah, I'm disappointed, but I'll get over it. I need you to keep doing that. I think that's great for you. I think you need to keep doing that. And I'm getting this effect on your partner is the Three of Cups. Like, there's a balance here between the three. The three is you, them, and the situation they're dealing with. The fact that you're telling them how you feel and you're encouraging them to keep going it's making them feel like everything is in balance. Like, you're telling them to keep going. They need to keep going with this situation. Like, you, them, and the other situation are all balancing out. They know how you feel. They know that you support it. They're feeling like they're comfortable continuing to do that. Like, that's not causing any damage to the relationship. Even though they're aware that you're not happy with it, they're also at the same time getting your support to continue doing it. Makes a big difference. Makes this really good for them. It's also cementing in this or reinforcing this relationship. It's very strengthening for them. Like, you believe in them and you support this, even though you're not over the moon about the time they're spending with that instead of you. It makes a big difference. It makes a big, big difference. And I feel like this keeps going in a good direction. Are we good with this one? All right. I apologize for the distractions. I wouldn't have opened the windows if I thought that was going to happen to begin with. This is actually the third reading I've done tonight with the windows open. That's the first time it got that weird. I don't know. That was strange. All right. Now, let's do Leo singles. Messages for single Leos. Messages for single Leos. What do we have for single Leos? Messages for single Leos. Empowering information for single Leos. Show them the truth of what's going on and give them that perspective so they can get what they want out of the situation and take it in the direction they want it to go. Okay. Good, good, good. Ace of Pentacles. That's usually like something that starts off very stable, usually fairly slow, builds momentum over time, but is very fortified. It's like building a brick building, brick by brick, very solidly, making sure like the wind comes in the right way, it can withstand tornadoes and earthquakes and all other good stuff. Like, this is building something very solid, but it takes time. And I feel like that's something we're seeing for the whole overall for the situation, because I do feel like this is something coming forward that is going to be a slow grow, slowly going, but it's dependable. Which to me, I would say that finding something that is dependable is better than something that just kind of, feels more comfortable. If it's more dependable, that's something that feels more comfortable. I feel like that came out weird, but moving on. See, I feel like somebody already is going your direction. It feels like this is a situation that's been going on for a while, to be honest with you. I don't feel like you see this person nearly as much as you want to, but I feel like you can depend on them to like see them either like once a week or once every 2 weeks, one of the two. I feel like that's kind of what's already happening. I feel like you're already in that phase, quite frankly. If this reading's hitting, I feel like you're already kind of seeing this person, just not nearly as much as you want to. Judgment has already gone in your favor, where they're acknowledging they like you too. It's just you're not seeing them as much as you'd like to. But I'm also seeing with them, busy schedule, a lot going on, a lot of other responsibilities, but they definitely make time for you. I just feel like you're not getting as much time as you'd like. Now, you seem to be accepting this in the Hierophant manner, like you're not over the moon about the way it's going. You're not getting as much attention as you'd like, but you're kind of like, you know what, I'm still considered, I'm still a part of, like, this person is factoring me in and considering my feelings. I'm doing things for them too. It's not optimal, but it's still very good. So I'm willing to go through this because I feel like this is worth the effort. Good? And I'm also seeing in your thoughts the Knight of Cups. You're falling for this one. That's one of the reasons, like that's another big thing with the plus side of the Hierophant, because it's like the good and the bad. It's kind of like everything can't be perfect, but this is worth the work because you're falling for this one. You're definitely willing to do this because you're falling for this person. Okay. Now, as we keep going forward, you get the Ace of Cups. I'm getting there's a slight upgrade. For example, if you were seeing this person once every 2 weeks or even once every week, you're either getting a longer time span with them during those times, or there's an extra time. I feel like it's like, say you were seeing them twice in 2 weeks. You're seeing them 3 times in 2 weeks. And I feel like for longer periods. But they're also acknowledging or letting you know that they like seeing you and they want to see you more, so they're trying to build in more time to be around you. So that you're getting this upgrade, they're acknowledging how they feel for you. The Ace of Cups is saying, like, this, the love is there and it's coming forward. That threw me off, but that's okay. But you're still not getting as much as you want. Still the situation. But you got victory at the bottom here. Victory is definitely at the bottom here. I am so creeped out right now. I can't explain it. It's weird how that's coming over me. You got success here with the Six of Wands. This is definitely going the way you want it to go. I just feel like it's not going as fast as you want it to go. Now, you got the King of Wands with the Divine Guidance here at the top. And what I'm getting here is you would like this to go faster, but I feel like you're very patient. You're finding other ways to get around the situation. You're keeping yourself occupied. I feel like you're seeing it for what it is. There's only so much time you can have with this person. There's only this and that. Like, it's only working out a certain way for a certain reason. And I'm getting, you're dealing with it the best you can. You're finding other ways to keep yourself occupied so that it doesn't bother you as much. I feel like you're filling in other time yourself so that you're not overly centering on it. Because you're like, this is just how it has to go. When you're seeing it for what it is. This is just the best it can be for right now, but the fact that it's getting better and improving, you're good with that. Is that Divine Guidance? It is. So you're kind of like, you know what? This is going in a good direction. If it's going to take a while, this is what I want, and I'm okay with that. It's worth the effort. It's worth the wait. Now, as we keep going forward, in the next few months, I have to be honest, I feel like this is going up another level. The Four of Wands with the healing, I feel like this person wants to see you even more. And, like, there's something that's getting added into the situation. Like, something significant is getting added into the situation. And it's going to be subjective to your situation. But definitely, like, this is, like, you're definitely seeing each other in a very more... Well, it's very public at this point. It's like, it's very obvious that you guys are exclusively seeing each other. You're trying to make this work out. And you're working with each other to make it go somewhere. You both are on the same page where you see this going somewhere. And you're exclusively seeing each other at this point. If you weren't before, it's very obvious. Like, I don't know if you're changing Facebook statuses or you're letting people know that you're actually seeing each other. Like, this is like you're locking in, like, as a couple. So in the next couple months, I feel that coming in. As it keeps going forward, I'm getting it's getting rougher. If something seems like it's more of a challenge, and I feel like you get to this spot, And even though you're cementing things in at this spot, I feel like, how do I put this? The upgrade you had here with how much time you spend together and how often you see this person, when you hit this part, that hasn't changed. And I feel like that's the thing. That hasn't changed, but you definitely have that upgrade where you're definitely like, it's exclusive, it's public, the two of you are acknowledging, you're exclusively seeing each other, you're like committed in whatever terms you want to say. But I feel like the challenge is that that's how this is going to the next level, but the time you're seeing each other, how often you're seeing each other and how long did not upgrade with this moment. So I feel like that goes on for a little while, and then I feel like then it comes forward with another conversation where I feel like you're talking to this person like, hey, I don't feel like things are really moving forward, even though we're saying that, and things are like, people know, and we've like given a title to the situation, we've committed to each other. I really feel like, this hasn't really, like, I'm not seeing you anymore than I was before, and I want to see you more. I want to find a way to work this out. What do we need to do? Like, I feel at this point, you're coming forward with, like, what do I need to do to get more into your life? How do I see you more? What do you need? Is there something I can help you with? There's something I can do to take something off your plate so we can see more of each other? What do I need to do so we can be around each other more? And I feel like that's why this is coming forward. This is actually good. Because it's not upgrading at this point with how much time you're spending together, which is causing this conversation, which is deepening this relationship on a whole new level. And it's going again into another level. It's getting a little deeper. You're going a little farther forward. But it's creating this moment that's really establishing this, and I feel like this is the part where it really starts to lock in. Like, it starts to really go forward, and I feel like you're getting involved with this person's life in a way to remove responsibilities from their plate. You're putting it on your own, but for the reason for, like, say you're seeing each other like 3 times every 2 weeks within a 2-week period, you're doubling that because you're taking some of their responsibilities so they have more time to be with you. Good? Good. All right, I think we're done. All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.